So, good afternoon. Thanks for joining this Chambers Wales Business Bites. I'm joined today by Gemma Casey, Ecosystem Manager for Wales NatWest, and Byron Rees, Owner and Managing Director from United Studios, to tell us a bit more about NatWest's Accelerator programme. So, Gemma, can you tell us what the Accelerator programme is?
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. So the NatWest Accelerator programme is a fully funded programme of support that's designed to help businesses that are ready to scale to the next level. It's a 6-month programme of support, and businesses are able to access it up to 3 times. So in essence, they can be on the programme for 18 months in total.
Fantastic. And who is the programme for?
Well, the Accelerator programme is designed for any established business that wants to grow and scale. It's a pan-Wales programme, so any business in any part of Wales is welcome to apply to the Accelerator programme. And it's also completely sector agnostic. So we're looking for businesses who want to scale from any sector. People are probably quite familiar with the Accelerator programme because we've been running this in Wales since 2016. But at the moment, for this new application round that we've got open, we're making some changes, and we're actually open for 4 specialist accelerators within the overarching Accelerator programme. I think this is quite an exciting move. And those 4 specialist accelerators are high growth. And by that, we are defining that as a turnover of at least £100,000 a year with month-on-month growth or significant investment. Then we have a climate accelerator, where we're looking for businesses that are involved in anything to do with climate and sustainability. We have our fintech accelerator, and then we also have a purpose-led accelerator. So any businesses that really have purpose at their heart, that want to grow and scale, that's the accelerator for them. It's also key for me to mention that the Accelerator programme is reserved for business banking customers of NatWest Group. So by that I mean that people that come onto the Accelerator need to have their business banking relationship with NatWest, Ulster Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland or Metal. Now, if there are businesses out there that really like the sound of this fully funded programme and don't currently bank with us, then of course we are happy to have that conversation about what our accounts look like and how they might be able to come and bank with us.
So can you tell us a bit more about what the programme offers to businesses?
Yeah, of course. So the programme is a really far-reaching programme of support with some brilliant benefits. So there are 4 key pillars to the programme. And the first of those is one-to-one business coaching. So every business that comes onto the programme gets a dedicated acceleration manager. And that acceleration manager will work with the business as their business coach. And we think this is really valuable because we know from the businesses that we deal with daily that very often that can be a very isolating environment. So if somebody has started up and grown a business, sometimes they don't have anyone to bounce ideas off, and the business coach really can be that person to hold them to account and help them to drive themselves to the next level. The other really fantastic pillar, and one of the ones that I think businesses tell me that they find really valuable, is the community. So we can have up to 100 businesses on this programme from across Wales at any one time, and the community that business cohort builds is phenomenal. So when restrictions do lift, we will be able to physically meet up again, but at the moment we're having plenty of virtual meetups, so the businesses get to know one another very quickly. Every cohort so far has ended up with a really active WhatsApp group where they reach out for peer-to-peer support. And what we find is the feedback we get from businesses is that it was invaluable to be rubbing shoulders with businesses at a similar stage to them. In terms of that community as well, in normal times, we do have a co-working space in central Cardiff, which is free for businesses on this programme to use. When we are able to reopen that space, it will be available for the cohort to use for collaboration and co-working purposes. Now, I appreciate that not everyone who applies will be in the Cardiff locality, and that's great. We want this programme to have reach across Wales, but the hub will be there in due course if people are in the Cardiff area, want to use it as a base for meetings when they are in Cardiff and so on. The third pillar that we've got on the programme is our amazing content and thought leadership programme. So everybody who goes onto the Accelerator programme gets invited to a whole suite of events across the course of the 6 months, and that covers all sorts of things from mindset to leadership to building a team to finance, and that's then backed up with lots of other content as well that's made available to them. And then the fourth pillar is the network. So what this programme is designed to do is really give businesses going through the Accelerator access to the bank's incredible network. So there are partners that are involved in the programme, and then there are the more informal networks as well. So a key strength of the programme is working closely with a business, knowing what their ambitions are and knowing how we can make introductions and facilitate that journey for them. So those are the four main benefits of the programme. And what I'd really like to do now is to bring in Byron Rees, as you said, the owner and MD of United Studios in Newport, Pembrokeshire, because Byron is currently on the programme. And Byron, first of all, before I ask you a bit about what you've got out of the programme, can you tell us a bit about what United Studios does?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Gemma. What we do at United Studios, we're a website design, development, app and software specialist company, as you say, based in Pembrokeshire. We joined the programme actually just as the lockdown kicked in. So we were kind of in that barrier of what was going to happen, were we going to be able to be a part of the cohort? And I've got quite a lot of the programme personally in terms of my own personal development, and then how that has helped me to shape my company, develop my company, and grow the service and offering that we have. So if you think about it, in a global pandemic, it's presented loads of challenges for businesses. We've been able to double our turnover and double our team size, and we're continuing to build on those targets now. And what I've found most valuable about the experience is having those one-to-one coaching sessions with a NatWest advisor, where they're asking the questions and getting the answers out of you in a tactical way that is helping you to develop the mindsets that you need to help grow and position your business. But it's been absolutely fantastic for us as a business. I'd recommend it to absolutely anybody who wants to get involved.
What have you found about the community aspect? Because I'm conscious, as you say, you joined at the start of the pandemic, so you haven't actually benefited from the physical hub, as hopefully we will get back to in a few months' time. But have you found that community aspect has still been valuable, even virtually?
Yeah, definitely. If anything, it's easier to actually meet up with someone now and have a discussion on a Zoom chat, or to join one of the regular sessions that are put on by NatWest, and to break out into a room, because you're always in a room with somebody different. You're always learning about a different business, and that presents new opportunities, not just for us as a business, but for us to refer people to those businesses as well. And like you say, those WhatsApp communities are really, really active. And I believe you've got a Facebook group as well with our cohort as well, which is active in terms of integrating with different people and also showcasing what everybody's doing, because that's what it's all about. It's sharing the experience and sharing the journey with other people who are on the same journey as you. We're all on this journey together. We all want to be business owners, entrepreneurs. We all want to grow our businesses. We've all got that end goal of setting up our businesses and being proud of what we've achieved. And I think it's great to have those regular sessions and those communicative groups that we can continue to chat and engage with everyone on the cohort with.
And Byron, what would be your message to a business owner watching this now who thinks that it might be for them? What would you say?
I would say do it. I mean, I was in West Wales, in Pembrokeshire, and it's a 2-hour journey for me in a car up to Cardiff, and I was prepared to do that if I could work in a co-working space and involve myself with new and exciting business owners who are on the same journey as me. And even with not doing that, I've still got massive benefits out of being on the programme. And we are in the process now of applying for the high growth as well, to be continuing on for the next cohort with that as well, because it has benefited us so much. So if you're struggling, or you really need some advice and you really need some direction, the program offers you a heck of a lot of information and a heck of a lot of free resources and access to added benefits, like you've mentioned, that will help you to grow and scale, and to understand where you can grow and how you as an individual can get yourself into that right mindset and motivate yourself to grow your business.
That's lovely. Thank you, Byron.
No problem.
Well, I think that's a fantastic, example of, how the program has actually managed to help your business as well. So why do businesses need to apply now?
Well, I would say that this is actually a really good time for a business to think about whether they should be growing and scaling. So a few weeks ago, NatWest released a report called A Springboard to Recovery. And this was a report done in conjunction with several partners, including the British Chambers of Commerce. And it was based on research done with SMEs across the UK. And essentially what the report says is that as we emerge from this COVID crisis, the business sector in general is going to need a boost to recover and to start to prosper again. Because as we know, we're already dealing with a completely different economic landscape than we had sort of 18 months ago. And some of the findings of that report are really, really interesting. So one of the key ones is that in order for the economy to start to recover and prosper, revitalised SMEs could well be the answer to this. And one of the other things the report says is that we need to see more SMEs becoming scale-ups. And in becoming scale-ups, that's when we will see a difference being made to GBA. The report also highlights that scale-ups are 50% more productive than other SMEs. Now, I know that this is a particular hot topic in Wales, and I've joined chamber events in the past where we've talked about there being a missing middle. So in Wales, we've got this issue whereby we've got some fantastic startups, and we'll see that sort of shortly when the shortlists are announced for Wales Startup Awards, for instance. So an amazing startup landscape, and some great larger companies headquartered here, but then there's that missing middle. So a lot of SMEs never quite fulfill their potential. And that's something that we want to work with partners to help SMEs to achieve. We found as well that only 1 in 5 SMEs find the right support programme for them. And we think that if we can help SMEs to access that support, then we can help more of them on their scale-up journey. So we've got a commitment to help SMEs to access that support, and our Accelerator programme is a really key part of that.
Yeah, I think that's a great resource for businesses looking to scale up. So how do businesses go about applying for the programme?
Well, they'll be really happy to hear that it is a really simple process. So in order to apply, a business needs to fill out a short online application, and this really is very quick. Hopefully Byron will attest to this. It does take minutes rather than hours. You input sort of business details and a bit about your financials, and then I believe there's 250 words of free text. So it's not something that a business has to set aside many hours to do. Off the back of that, then, a business will receive a phone call from one of our enterprise team for a really informal chat so that we can get to know the business a bit more. We can tell you a bit about the Accelerator programme and work out if it's going to be the right match. And the key thing to bear in mind is that the deadline for this next cohort is June the 11th. So we need applications to be made by June the 11th for a programme start date of the end of June.
Okay, so that's a real call to action to businesses who'd really like to get involved with this. And finally, what else can you offer to businesses in Wales?
Well, we've got a whole host of support at NatWest Cymru for businesses. So it's not just for those scale-ups, although they are very key to us. There will inevitably be people watching this who are at an earlier stage, or who might even have another business idea. So they may have the seed of an idea, and we've got a resource called Business Builder. And this is a fully digital, on-demand resource. Again, it's free, and this is available to anyone, so you don't have to bank with the NatWest Group to access Business Builder. And what this offers is a series of bite-sized modules on all sorts of topics, all centred around customer proposition, mindset, and funding and finance. And the idea is that a business can go in and cherry pick what topic they want to focus on. So it's not a linear journey. You can go in and use it with a pick and mix approach. Business Builder also has a Facebook community, and at the moment we've got 6,000 members of that community. So there's really great peer-to-peer support. And there's also a suite of wraparound live digital events that businesses can access as well, which they can find on the NatWest Eventbrite page. Those run on a loop, so whichever event you're interested in, it will be coming up again soon. And again, they're completely free to access. In terms of events, we also have a really active events calendar, which is put together by our Wales-based local enterprise managers. Those events at the moment clearly are virtual. At some point in the future, we will be moving back to a hybrid model, so some will be face-to-face. Those events are free, and again, those events are open to anyone, so you don't have to bank with us to access our local enterprise managers' events. We again advertise those on Eventbrite, but we also have a mailing list which we only use to promote those events. So you'll just get one newsletter a month with some events. So if anybody is interested in events, then they can feel free to reach out to us for more detail. And the other thing to mention is, of course, we've got a really strong team of relationship managers based across Wales. And these relationship managers specialise in different sectors. So we have, for example, healthcare specialists, leisure specialists, manufacturing specialists, and they are across Wales. So a really strong team all in all across Wales to support the business community.
Thank you so much, Gemma. I think that's a fantastic resource for business support that you've got available to the market. So Gemma, Byron, thank you both so much for your time this afternoon. We really appreciate you joining us. If anybody watching would like to find out any more detail about the Accelerator programme, there'll be a link after this on how you can apply. And please do reach out to the Chamber if you would like an introduction to NatWest as well. So thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, and have a great afternoon. Thank you.